Hi, my name is Alexandra, and this is a review on the book All These Things I've Done by Gabrielle Zevin. This is the first book in the Birthright series. I would say that the book's genres are drama, romance, and crime. To enter this world, please step through this portal. After you! In a world where chocolate and caffeine are illegal, there are many families controlling the black market. Anya is in one of them. This book narrates the year from her 16th to 17th birthday. She has to make many hard choices to protect her family, which I won't go into detail now so I don't spoil the book. Things go downhill fast when Anya is accused of attempted murder. I would not recommend this book because I personally wasn't interested in the plot or emotionally invested in any of the characters. Reasons for my opinion will be explained later in this review. Our main character is Anya Balanchine. Raised with a Russian-American background, her father is the deceased head of the Russian mafia. Anya's experienced a lot of bad things in her life, such as being orphaned at a young age. As a result, she is a realist. However, she is very protective towards her remaining family, her brother, sister, and grandmother, having taken care of them since she was young. She is also very street smart, and her relatives often compare her to her father. Anya's main problem in the book is she needs to make a choice between love or family. Over time, Anya begins to let go of her father and focus on the present. I didn't particularly connect with this character, which may be a reason the book was not as interesting for me. Scarlett is the main character's best friend. I did feel like she was a good character because she was extremely loyal to Anya, but she still made her own choices, even if they differed from the main characters. From how Scarlett acts, she seems like a fun romantic girl who comes off weird to most people. Win is the love interest in this story. His main defining feature is that he is nice. Although he seems okay, I didn't feel anything towards him because he was kind of boring and didn't have any unique traits or interests. In addition, the romance between him and Anya felt one-sided, since Win was the one who displayed much more interest. Anya kept any thoughts of liking him to herself so the reader knew, but he didn't, so it seemed awkward that he kept on pursuing her with no response. It is possible that Anya's actions gave away her thoughts, but it's also weird that he seems to fall in love with her in a few months, and then be invested enough to risk so much for someone he doesn't know that well. This story takes place in future New York, less than one generation from now. In this world, new laws are created and removed all the time, and many common items are now illegal or at least hard to come by. It's a bit dystopian, but not really, since it's well known that many people get things by black market and there's hardly ever any police that actually enforce laws or curfew. The law also knows about Anya's illegal family business, but doesn't seem to do anything about it. These illegal goods are not very well explained by the author, the reason being that the government needed to ban something, so they randomly chose things they could live without. Technically though, this was explained by Anya, who doesn't have much knowledge of it either. It also seems odd that coffee and chocolate are banned to keep people from getting a high, but alcohol is readily available to anyone. The writing is generally fine, though there are no defining features I noticed. The dialogue is pretty good, being believable with some humor. There are some nice cases of figurative language, though the book doesn't focus on it. However, I was a bit put off by the separate incidences of breaking the fourth wall. Sometimes, in parentheses or brackets or italics, Anya would start speaking to us out of the blue. Other than that, the writing was good. There are several minor themes throughout the book. One of them is prejudice. Though not as much as the other themes, it does play a part in the story. People are prejudiced against Anya because she is the daughter of a mafia boss. This influenced her personality and affects her relationships. It seems like Scarlett is Anya's only friend at school. Two other themes are love to follow your heart, or family, that blood is stronger than anything else. These two are opposites of each other in this book because Anya must choose between them. However, I put both as themes because almost all but the last few pages of this story supports one of them. During the very end of the story, she makes a decision that turns the series around, possibly backing up the other theme. Also, I didn't want to spoil the ending by choosing the one that obviously showed what choice Anya makes. The main theme of the book is that life is filled with many difficult decisions and sacrifices. This is present throughout the entire book, since the main character has to make a lot of choices affecting herself and her loved ones. She didn't choose her life, but she still had to do what it required of her, is what the book is trying to say. I don't have many connections to the book, which might be a reason why I didn't enjoy it. One connection is when alcohol was prohibited in the US during the 1900s. This is like how coffee and chocolate are not allowed in Anya's world. However, in both these situations, people still smuggled the illegal goods and hosted speakeasies. The fact that water is rationed also connects with the water unit we are currently learning about. If we don't make changes to our water usage, then in the future, like when this book is set, we will have to ration it. In the story, water is extremely expensive, and showers are timed to only last for a certain amount of time. What makes us who we are is our decisions. Just like the people in the book, we make many choices in our daily lives, which impact and make us up as a whole. Our families can also make us who we are. None of us, including Anya, get to choose our families, and they can affect our morals and our beliefs. For example, Anya follows all of her dead father's advice, and it has a large effect on herself and her life. The story also relates to the question, are we under too much pressure? Many students, like myself, have pressure from school. Anya has to deal with not only that, but also the pressure of love drama, taking care of her family, and the tough decisions she is required to make. Is power real or perceived? In the book, other mafia groups don't dare to harm the main character because they perceive her family as having a lot of power. This is somewhat true because they seem to run the largest chocolate business. However, the mafia in the story don't really act like criminals because they don't kill people, they sell chocolate. Originally, I was drawn to this book because of its world, but it was a bit of a letdown. Overall, I would not recommend this book. However, this should not discourage you from reading it. Thanks for listening. Bye!